Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, Cory Sandhagen comments on Aljamain Sterling and Merab Dvalishvili's decision not to fight each other. Here's a clip.
Yeah, I understand it for sure. I honestly think that the both of them are setting a really good example for just like people, you know, like there's maybe things that are more important than being a world champ, like keeping the relationships that you have with people that are really strong, like keeping those, you know? So we'll see when push comes to shove if that's really what they stick with, which I'm really curious to see. But no, man, I commend the both of them for the way that they're approaching this thing. You know, like you've again, I don't judge, so people in the past that have done it, that's fine. But I think that it's pretty cool that they're conducting themselves in the way that they are in like a really awkward situation.
Colby Covington does his best Dustin Poirier impression during a recent interview. Colby reveals that one of the reasons he left his old gym was because of Poirier.
And then obviously, you know, the Dustin Poirier, you know, that was the fight that the fans want to see. It's a big fight, you know. There's a reason I left my old gym. It's because Dustin, he was crying to the owner, wah, Cory, you know, kick him out. He says some mean things. I'm an ultimate feelings champion. Kick him out. He's not an ultimate fighting champion like me.
Martin Vettori recently gave his opinion on who is better between Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker. Here's the clip.
I think Whittaker, man. Like, I mean, a way to put it is like if you line up like 10 very good fighters and you put both of them against these 10 very good fighters, I think like Whittaker would beat most of them. But with the way they match up, Whittaker struggles with Adesanya a little bit. That's the way I would kind of put it. But yeah, I feel like Whittaker is actually better than Adesanya. But again, sometimes like matchups makes fights, you know. So I mean, they're both great fighters, man, at the end of the day. But I think Whittaker is more complete, and the style that he brings it's even more solid, I'd say, than Adesanya.
Sean Strickland reveals he doesn't think a fight with Paulo Costa is going to happen.
Hey guys, I keep getting tagged with Costa. It's gonna happen, and I'll tell you why. They want him to fight Chimaev, right? And again, you have these nerds, you have these number crunchers, they're online, they're looking at the analytics. And that is the fight that makes the UFC the most money. Again, I'm not hating on the UFC, because if the UFC makes money, I make money, you know what I'm saying? So you're like, well, that fight's so far out, Costa wants to fight you earlier, why won't that happen? And now the UFC's thinking, man, well, what if Sean beats Costa? And if you look at the way he fought Luke Rockhold, like, it's a good, you know, it's a good possibility that I beat Costa. So now him going into the Chimaev fight, there's a lot less hype going into that. So it undersells the fight. It doesn't bring the UFC money. And again, I support that, man. I'm with the UFC. It makes sense to me. So I have a choice. The UFC's going to say, hey, Sean, we're going to ice you for like 8 to 10 months till somebody opens up, till injuries healed. Or you can go fight a few lower-ranked guys. And again, most guys in my position say, yeah, I just made a bunch of money. I want to wait 8 to 10 months to fight a high-ranked guy and save my ranking, right? Because again, if you're in the top 15, you're bad. And if you lose to a 14-ranked guy, which a 14-ranked guy could be a top 10 guy, top 5 guy any day of the week, then you're the guy that lost the low-ranked guy. I know, but that's how the thought process is.
In last night's main event at UFC San Antonio, Cory Sandhagen defeated Chito Vera via split decision in a strange turn of events, two of the judges scoring the fight 50-45 and 49-46 for Sandhagen, and the other judge had a 48-47 for Chito. Following this, several fighters took to Twitter. Michael Chandler reacted to the fight, tweeting, "Cory in control, Chito is so dang good, but we aren't seeing it tonight." Daniel Cormier said, "Great job tonight by Cory Sandhagen. I don't know if I've ever seen him look this good. From start to finish, and the adjustments to mix in the wrestling, best performance he's had over a great fighter in Chito." Henry Cejudo also said, "These judges make me sick. That was a 5-round beating." Holly Holm discusses her win over Yana Santos at UFC San Antonio. Here's what she had to say.
I wish I would have taken a little more time to get a little more secure position in the crucifix, because I think that, you know, that could have been the end of the fight if I would have kind of solidified a little more solid position before I let the strikes go. And as far as the rear naked, I could have sat there and focused on it a little more, but I also was controlling on top that sometimes I don't want to just chase something so much and then lose a good position. So that's why I let go of it.
Yeah. After the fight, you didn't call out any names, but there are, like, I think only 2 people ranked above you at this point. So is it sort of, you know, the title or bust? I'll wait for an opportunity, or I'll just keep fighting until I get a title shot?
I guess we'll just see whatever they come up with. Yeah, I definitely feel there's not many above me. I've fought Raquel Pennington twice, so sometimes that doesn't make sense. However, if that's the fight again, then, you know, but other than that, it's like Pena the championship, I guess. But you never know. Things change so much, and you never know. I just want to keep getting better in the gym, and whatever they present is what's going to be.
Dana White believes Colby Covington deserves a title shot. Here's what he had to say during a recent press conference.
Technically, you did make Colby Covington Leon Edwards on that night of the fight. So
say that again?
You did make Colby Covington versus Leon.
I did.
That night.
Yes, I did. That is true. But that was a no-brainer. I mean, Colby is... If Usman doesn't exist, Colby's been the champ now for a while. And he's been there forever. He cut the weight. He showed up to fill in for that fight, and a million other reasons why he deserves that fight.
Would you have done him versus Usman if Usman had won?
We have done him probably. Yeah, probably. I don't know. He didn't win, so I'm not in that position.
Dana also commented on Daniel Cormier's opinion of Belal Muhammad deserving the next shot at the belt.
Daniel Cormier said that Belal Muhammad is the most warranted for a welterweight title shot. I just wanted to know what your thoughts on that was, and why Belal is not getting a next title shot.
Well, Daniel Cormier doesn't make those decisions. It's nice of him, but Belal, we have plans for Belal. Belal's going to fight again soon, and then we'll find out who's next in line.
Donald Cerrone will be inducted into the UFC's Hall of Fame later this year. Here's what Cerrone had to say about the announcement during a recent interview.
Donald, congratulations. I'm honestly trying not to tear up as we have this conversation. Did you have any idea this was coming today?
No, I had no clue. I was like, wonder why they're bringing me down to San Antonio. Oh, well, I'll just go. And then my son's iPad, like, I follow it, right? And it shows him here. And I was like, why? It must be linked with my iPad. So I couldn't figure. And then I texted my wife and it's going green. I'm like, why is your phone green? Like, what's going on? Like, she didn't call me all day. I was like, oh, maybe she's just letting me be. And I had no idea. And all the sneaky little staff here, it was a treat.
Obviously, you are so deserving of this position, but you know, I know you really well. You're a humble guy, even though you've accomplished so much and you have millions of fans around the world. Is this a moment you ever envisioned for yourself?
I mean, you know, throughout the years, everyone talks about, oh, he's a future Hall of Famer, but that's just talk. Like, you don't actually know. And then I was talking with my buddy, and I was like, you want to come to this fight? And he's like, why are they bringing us? I don't know. And I think, you think this might be it now? I said, no, it hasn't even been a year. Like, there's no way it could be this soon. And yeah, it's wild. I'm so grateful, man. It's unbelievable.
Khamzat Chimaev believes a fight against Alex Pereira is one of the easiest matchups the UFC could offer him. Here's what Khamzat had to say about the rumors of a fight between him and Pereira during a recent interview.
I told her for the belt, so then UFC said, I speak with the Sean Shelby only about that fight. So Sean Shelby first he says, yes, brother, let's try it. And then he went back, and the day after he said, no, brother, we'll fight first Colby, and then we'll see. I said, okay. After that, we didn't speak about that fight with somebody. And the guy said, I should fight. I told him fight 205 or something. UFC doesn't want to see you fight until you took the belt only now, and you go up fight for a different weight class and no belts. And I am from 170, he's from 185, and we fight like 205. It makes sense. That way, I don't know. That's why maybe UFC didn't call me about that fight.
Okay. And
maybe. I don't know why they didn't call. I was ready. I fight in Brazil. Doesn't matter, different weight class, which weight class he wants. He must easily fight for me in the UFC.
you think you versus Alex is the easiest fight for you in the UFC?
Yeah, in my career, brother.
How long does it last in your opinion?
What?
How long does that fight last?
First round, first minute.
Easy.
Easy.
Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.